We were assembling to begin an offensive against a German town called Heinsberg, which was quite heavily defended by the Germans. We had assembled and were what we called lagered up. That means all the tanks were at rest. My sergeant, Sergeant Taubman, was in his tank and standing with his head and shoulders out of the tank. We were mortared by a German offensive weapon called a Nebelwerfer, which was a mortar with 5 barrels, and it discharged its 5 mortar bombs across the area in which we were assembled. One of those mortar bombs landed directly on the roof of Sergeant Taubman's tank. Whether it hit Taubman or not, I couldn't say, but it must have been very, very close to him. It does mean that he was instantly killed and his body dropped back into the tank. His tank crew, understandably, evacuated the tank. They had a dead body and a lot of blood. I was so grateful to our chaplain, our padre as we called him, that he went in and recovered what he could of the body, cleaned the tank. But in the meantime, my sergeant's crew went into another tank and I had to appoint a tank commander to take place of Sergeant Taubman, ready for this attack on Heinsberg. Very, very shortly afterwards, we were about to move off when my squadron commander asked for what he called an O group. This was when he called the officers of the squadron together to discuss tactics or strategy. I went to my squadron commander's tank and had my chat with my squadron commander. On my way back to my tank, I too was caught by a bomb from Nebelwerfer and severely injured, knocked out. I was unconscious, with shrapnel in my chest and my head and my left arm and my right leg, and was evacuated, eventually sent back to England to a chest hospital. So far as I recall, I was diving to get under another tank, to get out of the shelling. It will have made a fairly substantial hole in the ground, but I wasn't buried. I was shattered with shrapnel. I still have a piece.
Where?
In my left ear.
Would you put your head up a little?
Do you see that little black thing?
Would you put your head up a little? Put your head up a little. I want you to show the camera. No, you just bend it this way. A little more. Okay, yeah. I see.
Did you get it?
Yep. So that's still in your body.
That's still in my body. Various surgeons and barbers have said, oh, we only need to give it a little slit and we'll take it out. And I've said, no, you won't. You will leave it alone. It is my souvenir of the war. Souvenir de la guerre.
You've never wanted to take it out?
No,
It doesn't hurt you?
it's never been a problem. I've had shrapnel down my chest. I had a piece of shrapnel in my arm, and about 10 or 15 years after the war, I got a little suppuration in my left arm. My doctor said it was just a cyst that would go away. And having heard that from my doctor, I came home, and my young daughter and I were having a little discussion, and she banged me on the arm, and it bled. And we wiped it with a piece of tissue, and out came a piece of shrapnel. And so I've had a piece of shrapnel taken out involuntarily as well as voluntarily.